Welcome to part 4 and the final piece in the series, The Narcissist Behind the Empire, Sean Combs through the eyes of Cassie Ventura. And this one is the one that matters the most because this is where it gets real, it gets personal. And if you have ever felt stuck in something that looked like love but felt like pain, this is for you. Let's talk about trauma bond and what it means to break free. Hello, I'm Alexandra Polino and I'm a Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Practitioner. If you have ever felt stuck in something toxic, something that hurts, but still somehow feels like love, you might be trauma bonded. It's that intense pull to someone who is also your source of pain. It feels like love or destiny or addiction, and yet you can't let go. And you don't know why. You stay even when it hurts. You forgive things that break your heart. You think about the good memories so much, they almost cancel out the bad ones. And worst of all, you blame yourself for not being able to walk away. But it's not your fault. Your brain is doing what it was trained to do, to survive. And in abusive relationships, survival can start to feel like obsession. Now, let's talk about the signs you're trauma bonded. So how do you know if you're trauma bonded? Well, you keep forgiving the same pain over and over again. They hurt you, and then somehow you end up comforting them. You find ways to explain it away. You tell yourself, no, it's not that bad. Or they didn't really mean it. You don't play it because admitting the truth feels too big. You obsess over the good times, the way they make you feel in the beginning, and that's what you hold on to. You replay those memories like a movie in your mind, hoping they will come back. You fear being alone more than you fear being hurt. Because the silence after they're gone, that's when the panic sets in. And when you try to leave, your body reacts like you break an addiction. That's not love, that's trauma, and that's not your fault. So what happens when you finally go no contact? The withdrawal symptoms after no contact. Almost no one talks about this. It's not always peace at first. In fact, it can feel like your whole world is falling apart. You crave their attention and badly. Not because they're good for you, but because your nervous system got hooked on the highs and lows of the relationship. You might feel anxious and panic or just completely numb. You toss and turn at night, have vivid dreams, or wake up feeling like something is missing. There is this emptiness, a kind of grief, and it makes you wonder, did I make a mistake? Shall I go back? And this isn't love you're missing. It's the brain reaction to cutting off a toxic, addictive supply of validation. It's withdrawal, and it's real, but it will pass. Now let's go back to Cassie Ventura. What helped Cassie finally break free? What helped her leave after 10 years in a relationship with Sean Combs? Well, we don't know every detail, of course not. But if you read between the lines, we clearly see it. She started recognizing the patterns, the manipulation, control, and the moments that didn't sit right with her anymore. And she began building something powerful, self-awareness. And more important than that, self-worth. That kind that says, I deserve more than this. I don't want to do this anymore, and I am leaving. She reached out, maybe to a trusted friend, or maybe to a professional, but someone who reflected the truth back to her without the gaslighting. And most important, she realized that she did not need a mountain of proof to walk away. She just needed peace. And that's the turning point for so many. When you stop waiting for something to get worse and start believing that freedom is possible. Many people believe they will never get over the narcissist. That is a choice, and it doesn't have to be. I have been trauma bonded several times, and I overcame that, and so did my clients. So let me tell you, there is a whole life beyond the trauma bond, and it starts the moment you believe you're worthy of it. So here are 5 tips for no contact and emotional healing from narcissistic abuse. The first one is to remove all forms of contact with the narcissist. Block your phone, change passwords and pins. Block the narcissist from social media platforms and main email. You might want to create an email just to contact with the narcissist, because you might have pressing issues you still need to deal with them, or if you're doing co-parenting. But here, you control the narrative, not the narcissist. Create a safety net for yourself of trusted friends and or a support group. And a therapist. Ensure you choose a therapist like myself or a coach well-versed in narcissistic abuse recovery. Replace obsessive thoughts with grounding practices like meditation, journaling, and walks. Be patient and kind to yourself. Healing is not linear. Healing takes time. Set small daily goals, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week at a time. And don't forget to celebrate your every healing step and no contact as well. Look, how far have you gone? You will be healing and growing and transforming. And no, you don't need proof to leave. You only need peace. That knot in your stomach is evidence enough. Your feelings are valid. No explanations required. Freedom isn't something you have to earn. It's already yours by right. And healing is not a fantasy. It's a path. 1 step, 1 breath, 1 honest moment at a time to your authentic self. So trust yourself. Let that quiet inner voice be louder than their noise, because self-trust is your superpower and it will carry you all the way home. Cassie's story shows that even the most powerful public narcissist can be exposed and survived. Healing is possible. You don't have to stay stuck in confusion, fear, or shame. If you're ready to take the first step to reclaim your voice, your safety, and your life, my program Ashes to Gold is a 1-to-1 narcissistic abuse recovery program designed just for survivors like you. Let's turn your pain into your greatest power. Book your free consultation today at thefearlessninja.com.